I lost 38 pounds of fat eating these exact 7 recipes every single day. No crash dieting, no starvation, no feeling deprived, and the best part is I was able to keep the weight off with ease because the recipes are so delicious and so easy to follow. My name is Munir Lazuni, aka the Modern Muslim Man, and I've helped hundreds of busy Muslim professionals to lose weight and keep it off long term while taking back control of their health, building muscle, boosting their energy, everything that happens when you follow the right nutritional protocol. What changed my body and theirs wasn't eating less, and it wasn't eating bland, boring food. It was eating delicious foods that were better quality and the right quantities to prevent you from feeling deprived while fueling your metabolism. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact 7 meals that I use to lose 38 pounds and keep it off long term that my clients truly love. I also put all 7 in a free PDF, which you can download below with all the ingredients and instructions. Now, let me walk you through these recipes, why they work well, and why they change everything. So first and foremost, you need to understand why these recipes work so well. If you don't know the M3 fat loss strategy, I'm going to explain how this works. But obviously, if you already know this from other videos, you can skip to recipe 1 in the table of contents, which is pasta with meat sauce. The simple principle behind the M3 method diet is that you want to eat high protein, moderate carbs, and low fats because this is going to be best for optimizing your metabolism and how many calories you burn every day while feeling satiated and satisfied with your food instead of feeling hungry and deprived. And on top of this, when you have more protein, you're going to retain muscle so that all the weight you lose is fat. If you don't eat enough protein, you don't train properly, you're going to lose muscle in addition to losing fat, which means that some of the weight that you lose is muscle, not fat, which means you lose less fat. And when you lose muscle, you look and feel worse, you get weaker, your joints become vulnerable, which happens a lot of the times when people take Ozempic and all this other junk. And on top of that, your metabolism slows down. So we don't want that. We want to keep muscle by keeping protein in. Plus protein helps you burn more fat. It boosts your metabolism, and the complex carbs keep your energy stable and your metabolism optimal as well. And then the deficit is created through low fat, and the calorie deficit is the driver of all fat loss. But then not only do we have it scientifically sound with this strategy, but on top of that, we want the foods to be delicious, convenient, and we want to make custom recipes for you based on what you like, as well as meal prep strategies that work with your schedule to ensure you can stick to it, enjoy it, and find it sustainable and realistic. And so that's what I'm going to show you today inside of these 7 recipes. The first one is pasta with beef sauce. It's one of my favorites. If you see my Instagram story, you see I'm posting this all the time, and it looks even better on video and even better in person. And this recipe typically has, with these portions, 50 grams of protein, 45 grams of carbs, and only 10 grams of fat. Whenever you prep this, once you've already prepped your beef, it's literally going to take you like 2 to 3 minutes to put it together, 5 minutes max, and it's very flexible and versatile. And so there's 2 ways you can do meal prep. You can either prep all your food at the beginning of the week and put it in containers, or what you can do is you can prep a big batch of beef, and that's kind of the principle behind this. So the way you should do that is you're going to take 93% or leaner ground beef and cook it on medium high in a pan until it's fully cooked, and then put that in a bag. I usually do 4 to 5 pounds at a time. However, if you can't find a lean beef, maybe you live in a small town or your local halal butcher just has the fattiest beef and says, brother, it's lean, but it's not. There's a lot of fat. What you can do is you can drain and rinse it with hot water after cooking it inside of a colander, and that's going to wash away all the fat. The only downside is it's going to kill the flavor. There's going to be no flavor left in it. It's going to be super bland. So for this recipe, that works if you have to drain it and wash it, because the tomato sauce adds the flavor back to where you don't even need to worry about it. But with other recipes I'm going to show you later, it's better to have the beef that's already lean enough first, because in this recipe I'm going to give you guys later, beef lavash sandwich one, it's better that the beef has some flavor, but you can add flavor back to it in different ways, which I'll show you in that one. But again, it's best to do it that way. Now the pasta, just make it as normal. Ideally, we want a single ingredient, non-enriched flour pasta, because enriched flours can make you bloated, especially people who are prone to bloating like myself. So it's not really healthy to have all those hard to digest enriched flour ingredients. So try to get an unenriched one that just has a single ingredient, durum wheat semolina. But if you can't find that, you could also do a brown rice pasta that tends to digest pretty well. And so you're just going to take that pasta, and once you have both batches, anytime you want to make this meal, all you got to do is just take out 150 grams of cooked beef. Use a food scale, super easy. Literally just pour the beef in the thing. I have other videos that show how to do that. 150 grams of cooked pasta, put it in a bowl. If it's coming out of the fridge, obviously microwave for 2 minutes to get it hot. And then you can add 150 grams of crushed tomatoes. You can add more too, because they almost have 0 calories. It's like very low in calories. And you can salt it up. You can put other seasonings like paprika. Sometimes I even put a little bit of cinnamon in it. It's very delicious. Just make sure there's no calories in those seasonings. Mix it up and enjoy. And it's super simple, easy, and delicious. Now the second thing is chicken biryani. I put this one towards the beginning because it's very delicious. And everybody loves biryani, and this is one of the biggest foods people crave when they're on a diet. So this hits the perfect macros for fat loss while still being healthy and delicious. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 3 pounds of raw, boneless, skinless chicken breast. You're gonna take 1.5 cups of basmati rice, and you're gonna take 12 ounces of any type of potato. I like Yukon Gold, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much. And then 100 grams roughly of 0% Greek yogurt. Okay. And then what you also want to do is you want to get a natural biryani powder, which I'll show you how to make yourself, curry powder, and a salt. Just make sure that it's usually a mineral salt and that the biryani and curry powder don't have any other calories or preservatives in it, because that's going to mess with your digestion or ruin the macros of the meal if it has calories. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take 6 cups of water and boil them, and then put the potatoes inside. You're going to cut up 3 pounds of chicken breast and whatever size chunks that you want for your biryani, whether you want smaller chunks or bigger chunks. I prefer smaller chunks. It's more flavorful, delicious, more bite-sized, easier to eat and chew. But it's totally up to you. And you're gonna put that in the boiling water to cook it as well. From there, you're gonna add curry powder, salt, the Greek yogurt, and then if you want, you can add biryani spice powder mix. Just make sure again there's no additives, or you can make your own natural mix using the ingredients on the screen. And you can screenshot this and add all these things or whatever you want. It's gonna be very delicious. Now, once the water starts boiling again after you added the chicken, because obviously once you add all that chicken, the water's gonna the temperature's gonna go down because the chicken isn't hot, and so then it's gonna take a couple minutes to boil again. But once it boils again, add your rice. Okay, 1.5 cups. Make sure you wash it first, and you're gonna cover and simmer on low for 30 minutes and enjoy. This is the simplest, easiest biryani recipe I've ever made. I used to have this really complex, elaborate 2-hour biryani recipe that was completely unnecessary. This one is super fast, simple, and easy. Literally takes you 30 minutes from start to finish, literally starting from scratch, or it might take you 45 minutes actually, but it's very fast and easy. And this makes multiple portions. You can put it in meal prep containers. If you do 3 pounds, it's gonna make you 6 portions total. Each portion is gonna have these macros, about 50 protein, 51.5, 50 carbs, 5 to 10 grams of fat. Very easy. The third one is the butter chicken burrito. This one is so easy to make, 3 ingredients, super delicious, and it has crazy macros, 50 to 55 grams of protein, only 20 carbs, 10 grams of fat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cook your chicken as normal. There's a couple ways to make chicken. I personally just do the George Foreman grill, super easy, 10 minutes each side, gets it nice and crispy, delicious without losing its moistness, so it's not dry. You could do it in the oven, but the oven can make it a bit dry, but I mean, you're gonna get it's gonna be less dry once you add this stuff to it. You can grill it however you wanna do it. You could even slow cook it and shred it up. I have a lot of other recipes on this, and I'll attach a link below to get access to my recipe book too, with like 4,200 pages of recipes. But I like to cook a couple pounds at a time so that I always have versatile chicken in the fridge, same as I do with my beef. And we're gonna use this chicken for recipe 6 on the list today. Now, whenever I want chicken, you're gonna take 150 grams of cooked chicken out of the fridge, take a lavash wrap, cut up the chicken. You're gonna and you can heat up the lavash wrap. I like to just put it on a stove for like 5 to 10 seconds to get a little bit of crispiness or toastiness. You can put it however long it needs. Just don't burn it. Be careful about burning it, like I did in that one vlog that one time. And then put the chicken into the lavash wrap. And again, I like to cut it into pieces. You're gonna add 50 grams, use the food scale, 50 grams of this butter masala. Because the thing is, you can't put an unlimited amount of this because it has calories in it, okay? So with the powder, you can put as much as you want, like powdered, curry powder or whatever, because it doesn't have calories. But this has calories, so you gotta put 50 grams or it's gonna ruin the macros, because it has a good amount of fat in it, but it's very delicious, right? I mean, it looks delicious, you can see it. And then from there, you add the butter sauce to the chicken, and boom, super delicious and easy. And if you wanna make it look pretty, you can put, veggies, lettuce, pickles, some 0% Greek yogurt, whatever you want to make it have more volume and more fiber and be more filling and look more delicious and aesthetic. But it's not necessary. If you're a bare bones, fast, simple, quick, convenient type of person like me, you can just do it this way. You can even take these on the go if you work on the go. Literally super easy and convenient, the butter chicken burrito. Now, this next one is the beef lavash wrap. Basically, this one has 60 to 65 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat, because these Atoria lavash wraps, you get them at Whole Foods or Sprouts. Very delicious. They only have 18 grams of carbs, crazy macros. So what you're gonna do is take 150 grams of that lean cooked beef that we made before, right? Can't be fatty beef or it's gonna have way more than 10 grams of fat, but the lean 93% or leaner beef that we had before, or the drained and washed beef, very delicious. You're gonna just, have the beef in the fridge. Whenever you want it, you're gonna take 150 grams out and just put it in the microwave for like 30 to 60 seconds, however hot you want it, okay? And you're gonna just toast the lavash wrap however you want. I usually don't do it in a toaster because the toaster makes it too rigid, but I'll just kind of blast it on the stove for like, directly on the stove, or you could have it on a pan too, for like 5-10 seconds, however long it needs, maybe a little bit longer than that, and boom, it's super crispy and delicious. Without being too rigid to make a sandwich out of it though. From there, you're gonna spread 100 grams, you gotta measure it out on the food scale, 0% plain Greek yogurt, and spread it. And then you can add some dried dill to the Greek yogurt and even some lemon if you'd like. Very delicious. And then you're going to put the beef into the lavash wrap and then add some salt. Now, If you didn't have to drain and rinse the beef because it was already lean enough, you don't have to add anything to it. But if you have to drain and rinse it, it's going to be very flavorless. So you got to add some Trader Joe's powdered ranch if it's the flavorless drained beef. And then boom, you wrap it up and enjoy it. It's super delicious. Now, the next one is beef pot pie. This one I post almost every day on my Instagram. Super delicious. All you need is cooked beef, cooked sweet potato, which you can literally buy frozen sweet potato. That's what I do. I buy it from Ralph's/Kroger. Frozen chunks of sweet potato. They also have it at Sprouts with nothing in it, no oil, nothing. And then any kind of frozen mixed veggies. And then I get the Bob's Red Mill dried potato flakes. You could get the cheap other brands of potato flakes, but honestly, those have additives and all kinds of junk in them. Versus the Bob's Red Mill is just straight up potatoes, the only ingredient. Now from there, what I do is obviously I would have my beef, right, normally prepped, as I mentioned to you guys before. And then if you want to prep the sweet potato fresh, you could prep it fresh or just buy frozen sweet potato. That works too. And then you just always have those things in the fridge/freezer. Now, whenever you want it, you're going to put 75 grams of frozen sweet potato or, regular cold sweet potato. And you're going to put 75 grams of frozen mixed veggies into the bottom of a bowl and microwave it for like 2 minutes. From there, what I do is I take it out and I add the beef to it. And then I also put the dried potato flakes on top of the beef, okay? And then you're gonna add water until the potato flakes have this mashed potato consistency like what you see in the pictures here. And then from there, you're gonna pop it back in the microwave for 2 minutes. You're gonna take it out, let it cool, add salt and seasonings, whatever you want, and then mix it up, and it is so delicious. Literally, this thing I post on my Instagram story all the time. People love it. I love it. I eat it every night. It's amazing for just before bed for me because I like to eat before bed. It makes me feel good and doesn't mess up my macros because I strategically time the rest of my day to where it works really well and it's very delicious and satisfying. It helps me sleep. Asian chicken and rice bowl. This one is so easy, so delicious. It reminds me of food I used to have when I was a kid. So really, really love it. I mean, all of these remind me of foods I had when I was a kid, but this one in particular, something about it reminds me of something I used to eat a lot in middle school, really random memory like that. But anyways, so you're going to take 135 grams of cooked boneless skinless chicken breast, and you could do more if you want more protein. The only reason I put 135 is that that's what I did in this exact picture right here. But honestly, I would probably usually do 150 or more. Just in this particular one, I wanted to be accurate to the picture. Okay, which is 45 grams of protein. So it was a little bit less than the carbs, which is usually I would want like 55 protein for 45 carbs. But again, doesn't have to be perfect as long as your macros add up well at the end of the day and it's all high quality food. So you're going to get your chicken, you're going to get a cup of cooked brown rice, basmati rice, or jasmine rice, whatever your body responds well to, and depending on what phase of the journey you're in. Like some of you, if you're trying to gain muscle, you might be doing white jasmine rice. If you're trying to, lose fat and not feel hungry, you might be doing brown rice. Or maybe you still like basmati or other forms of white rice while you're cutting and you still get good results from it. No problem. This is meant to, switch it up and make it delicious and easy. So whatever phase of the journey you're in and whatever your body responds best to, digestion-wise, energy-wise, everything else, and you might need to test it out a little bit, that's the type of rice I want you to do. And I use different rice for different situations. From there, 75 to 85 grams of mixed veggies, and then you're going to take 2 tablespoons, sweet Thai chili sauce or Chinese sweet and sour sauce, but make sure it has 0 oil in it, okay? If you're using chili oil, that's going to ruin the macros here. The macros is supposed to be 5 grams of fat. You add chili oil, it's going to be like 20 grams of fat, and the calories are going to be way too high, and you're not going to lose fat, and you'll be like, what the heck, Munir? These recipes are supposed to help me get shredded, but I'm not even getting results. What's going on? It's because you use the wrong type of thing. I use the Simple Truth organic sweet Thai chili sauce, and that one has 0 fat in it. It just has, like for 2 tablespoons, it has a certain amount of carbs and sugar. Hey, you know what? It's delicious and it doesn't mess me up. So alhamdulillah, it works with my diet. So you're going to have your pre-prepped chicken breast, and then whenever you want it, you're going to take out 135 grams, cut it in small pieces, put it over 1 cup of cooked rice, whatever type of rice you want, and then you're going to add frozen mixed veggies to the perimeter of it because the microwave is strongest on the perimeter, so on the outside, and you're going to microwave it for 3 to 3.5 minutes. Okay, it's going to get super hot. Make sure you cover it so the chicken doesn't splatter everywhere. Then you're going to take it out, let it cool, and then add 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. Boom, hot, delicious, ready to enjoy. Very delicious. The last recipe I'm going to give you guys today, and then I'm going to give you guys the 42-page recipe book after this, and I'll show you where to get it, is chocolate peanut butter ice cream, okay? Some of you guys who watch my Instagram story, you saw sometimes I eat ice cream every single day, even while I'm on a fat loss phase, because the Ninja Creami makes it that much easier, okay? Now, there's probably other ice cream makers out there, and I don't have an affiliate code or anything for Ninja Creami. I'm just telling you what I use. I have a Ninja Creami. It's amazing and delicious. Highly recommended. This is literally, I'm getting hungry as I'm watching this, and I wasn't even hungry before this. Like all those other meals sometimes make me hungry. This one always makes me hungry when I look at it. So warning, if this is going to make it too tempting to eat too much of this, maybe don't make this. But if you can restrain yourself, it's very delicious, and the macros are amazing. 60 protein, 40 carbs, 10 grams of fat. You're going to take 2 scoops of whey protein isolate chocolate flavor. You're going to take 15 grams of powdered low-fat peanut butter, okay? It has to be peanut butter powder. It can't be regular peanut butter. Regular peanut butter has way too much fat. You want PB Fit or the Simple Truth organic peanut butter powder. Those are both low fat, but PB Fit is very good. You can get it on like Amazon. pretty accessible pretty much anywhere, very delicious. Or you could just skip the peanut butter and just do banana chocolate, right? But the peanut butter does add an extra creaminess to it, but you know, the Ninja Creamy still makes it very delicious even if you don't have that in it. You're gonna add 1 banana and 1 cup of 0% milk. If you struggle with digestion, you could do A2 milk, lactose-free milk, ultra-filtered milk, high-protein milk, whatever milk you want, as long as it's 0%. Once in a while, you can mix in 1% milk, but that's going to up the fat content here. So we generally want it to be 0% milk if we want it to fit these macros. Again, if you're trying to gain weight, you could do whole milk if you want, but then you're going to gain weight. And most of you guys are trying to lose weight, so we want the 0% milk. Your 1 cup of milk to the pint little thing, there's this little pint that you get with a Ninja Creamy that you put all the ingredients into, and you're going to add 2 scoops of chocolate whey, 15 grams of powdered low-fat peanut butter, and then you're going to mix it up. You don't even have to mix it up that well because the cream is going to kind of do the rest of the mixing. And then from there, you want to cut or mash up a banana. I just like to cut it in a couple pieces, just, you know, pull it apart into a couple pieces with my hands. Boom, you're going to put it in, and then you have to freeze this thing for 12 to 24 hours, okay? So once you pop it out, it takes 2 minutes, but unfortunately, that's the only downside of Ninja Creamy is you have to freeze the thing for 12 to 24 hours. From there, you put it in on the light ice cream setting. Takes 2 minutes, boom, you take it out and it literally comes out like this. It's the most delicious thing in the world. Makes dieting super easy. Now, if you like these recipes, you're gonna love the 42-page M3 recipe book. Tap the link in the description for free access, plus access to other exclusive content to help you on your fat loss journey, your fit loss journey as a whole, and your health journey. And then I'm also my full fat loss system mini course playlist on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and make sure to send these recipes and videos to friends and family if you find it helpful. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.